Okay, so you have to carry your news.
So I need to sit down?
Yes.
Have you seen the news? Any news?
You didn't watch the news?
Okay.
You weren't watching WRL last night at 10 o'clock?
I don't have cable.
Oh, that's good. See? apparently there was an announcement last night that I'm retiring December 31st. And it's true.
Change is difficult for some people. I, on the other hand, thrive on change, but it's always difficult to say goodbye. I remember when I left Rocky Mountain, it was hard to say goodbye over there. I'm the type of person that, I'm not going to stop working. I always want to be able to do something, and so new opportunities are a way to kind of reinvigorate myself in doing things for larger groups of individuals, so that's really what my emphasis is going to be.
Are they recovering now, or are they still struggling?
They still do.
The community in Nashville has been extremely supportive. I've been here a good long while now. A lot of people know of me or have seen me in and around town. Most of it, I think, the notoriety comes from the Hope Initiative, but the small town police departments, I think, do a really good job of connecting with the community.
Hello, how are you?
I think the future of the Hope Initiative is bright. I really do, and I feel that those individuals that want to get into recovery will still be able to find that in the Hope Initiative, no matter who's kind of driving the bus. The announcement is that I'm going to retire December 31st, so that's 3 weeks away. And you all have been working on having the Hope Initiative kind of become its own entity.
Am I mad at Chief?
She's not mad at me. Why are you being mad at me?
I'm not mad because, like I said, I've known it's coming. It's just disappointing because I thought that there would be more time. Like, I sort of was hoping that he was just playing a joke, that he really wasn't going to go anywhere.
Dumped at Christmas time.
Dang,
I know,
that's horrible.
right?
It's better than the Dear John letter.
True.
They have been concerned for quite some time now about what would happen if I did leave and what would happen to the program. All of them are very passionate about helping individuals, and so obviously they don't want it to disappear. And so I really was there to reassure them that it wasn't going to disappear.
We, I guess, can fill your shoes.
It's not the size 10 is not that big.
So
You'll be fine. If I didn't think you guys could handle this, I would come up with some alternative. Trust me, it'll be fine. As long as you keep focused on the whole reason we're doing it is to help somebody get their life back together. And if you're willing to do whatever it takes for them because they can't do it for themselves, or they don't know where to turn or who to call, then you're doing everything you can.
right.
Governor Cooper's from Nash County.
Good morning, Chief. Good morning. It's great to see you.
He grew up here in Nashville. He's got very close ties here.
Thank you so much for looking after my hometown.
My agenda with him was to try to let him have an understanding that a lot of the programs that, like the Hope Initiative, that are popping up around the state of North Carolina are grassroots, and access to funding can be a stumbling block. I just wanted to talk about some of the things in reference to the opioid epidemic in the state of North Carolina, and what are some of the initiatives that are being done by the state.
You know, just like most of the rest of the country, the opioid epidemic has been a scourge on our people. Death after death after death. You as chief of the police force, you see this problem on the front line. And we've had a lot of issues with substance use disorder in the past, but the way opioids grip someone and how long of a process it is to be successfully treated, this was unlike anything that they had ever seen before. And probably the most important thing is prevention and treatment.
Is the federal government helping us any in North Carolina as far as funding sources?
We've been able to get a waiver in our Medicaid program to use more of our Medicaid dollars, both for inpatient and outpatient treatment for people with substance use disorder. But our state has shot itself in the foot in that our legislature has refused to expand Medicaid. And here we have 650,000 maybe people who could qualify for Medicaid, who could get substance use disorder coverage, which could help attract more long-term facilities here when they know that there's a steady stream of funds.
A lot of the initiatives that are starting in North Carolina, one of them being the HOPE initiative, are really kind of grassroots programs started at the local level. And so if there was some way that the state could maybe portion some of that money to go towards those grassroots and make that process a little more streamlined, I think that would help maybe kickstart a lot more programs around the state.
Some of our best ideas come from local communities that see a problem. They have frustrations with the state and federal system, so they tackle it themselves. I think you're absolutely right. We've got to find ways to fund programs like yours and it not cost an arm and a leg just to try to get the money.
Right.
I think part of the responsibility of government programs is making sure you invest in programs that are proven effective and that ones that work. And what we have to do is to find that happy medium of making it easier for groups like yours, but at the same time being responsible with taxpayer money, because there's not enough of it to go around.
Sure.
And we've got to make sure that it gets to the places that are making a difference and that are working.
Well, you definitely have my support.
Let's go get it.
Hey!
How are you?
Good, how are you?
Good.
It's always nice to be able to go back and check on individuals that are in programs. I went to visit Sherry. She talked about how she had had almost 5 months of good time there, and then she used again. So then what happened?
So I had an appointment downtown, and I rode on the bus with another girlfriend. While we were on the bus, there was a guy that pulled out a huge knot of heroin. And once he found out that we were from this rehab, so people like that prey on the weak.
Exactly.
For sure. I got off 2 stops down the road to a McDonald's, and he got off right behind me and my girlfriend. She went into the bathroom. I ordered our coffee, and I had like $10, $11 left over in change. And I was like, look, I'll give you $10. You know.
Statistically, individuals that have a substance use disorder will return to use 4 or 5 times before they get into a long-term sustained recovery. People think, oh, we got you help and you went and used again. Why'd you do that? So the more you understand about the disease, you kind of understand a little bit better about, yes, that is a possibility, but that doesn't make the person not want to get into recovery.
I don't know if it was the combination of me being clean for so long or if just being straight fentanyl, but I didn't have any recollection of me going out.
Wow.
As they were getting ready to carry me back into the ambulance, I started to come to from the oxygen.
Did they have to use Narcan?
They did. She was able to tell me, I'm going to have to hit you with this Narcan. And I looked at her and I said, can we wait 20 or 30 minutes? And she said, I can't let you do that. And so just as soon as she hit me with that Narcan, she was pulling out a nausea pill. But as right before the needle came out of me, I threw up everywhere. It was terrible. And I just looked at her and I said, no more, you know.
Well, I'm glad you made it through.
Me too.
Expecting big things out of you.
I know. I can't wait a year from now just to see where I'm at and how I feel, because I feel absolutely blessed beyond words.
There was no disappointment whatsoever. I mean, I was more elated and happy about her self-reflection and how it happened, and that she stuck it out and was serious about continuing her recovery. Thank you again, Sherry.
You're so welcome.
Yes.
Thank you.
I appreciate that time you've given us.
We light these candles for our loved ones.
The individuals that we have lost that have come through the Hope Initiative, through this disease, it has kept me up at night sometimes. To go to a funeral and be there with so many young people that are still struggling with the disease, who are there to support their friend who has passed from an overdose, it's hard to watch sometimes because you just want to reach out and touch all of them, and you know you won't be able to. The program wasn't about me, it was about helping other individuals, and so it's just a matter of having a good, solid understanding and mission about what it is you want to do, and anybody can do it.
I think there's always going to be a need for this.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, it's heroin right now.
That's right.
You know, next year's
Could be something
fentanyl,
different.
cocaine.
The big swing is going to be probably benzos,
Right.
Xanax, and that kind of stuff, and so
Meth seems to be making a comeback.
meth is
this
making
year.
a comeback. Alcohol is always going to be around,
Right.
and so this program was opened up so that it hit everything, any drug of choice, not just opiates.
Right.
Yeah,
That just
there's
happened to be the
always
big
going
thing
to be
going on right at the time.
There'll always be a need.